What's up everyone, I'm Trey Baird, and this is Let's Play Tuesday. Today we're playing Final Fantasy VI/Final Fantasy III on a Super Nintendo, and we are picking up where we left off. This is part 2. So we're going to time-lapse here to South Figaro, but I just wanted to point out, if you're playing along, just don't collect any of the treasures. Collect them next time when you come through later in the game. Okay, so here we are at South Figaro. Notice Shadow there. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. His name is Shadow. I love that line. He'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. But that kind of gives you a little bit of insight into the type of person he is. He's a mercenary. It's all about the payout for him. So, my interest in South Figaro is I want to pick up some sprint shoes for a start. At this point, I only need one pair, but I'll need up to 3 later on. Let's see. I'm fine with using items for the time being to combat those things. So we're going to check out the weapons, the armor, and the item shop. There's all kinds of little hidden things like that in this town. I'll collect most of them later on when I come back here. Got one of those, one of those. This isn't always the most efficient way of doing things. Sometimes you'll have to buy back the things you get rid of, but I tend to like to travel light and clean as much as possible in these RPGs. So there's actually quite a few things that I would like to have that I can't afford yet. But that's fine for now. We'll keep moving. Oh yeah. Sprint shoes. Move faster. Once you go to sprint shoes, you don't ever want to go back. I'll buy a few of these actually. So at this point, we are moving onward to Mount Cole. Mount Koltz, yeah. So we come here to this house. That smell. Flowers, his favorite. Favorite dishes. His favorite tea. Sabin, his brother. So, Duncan allegedly was slain, and Sabin headed off into the mountains to avenge his death. And Duncan's son, Vargas, is missing. Once again, I think I'm going to time-lapse here up until a certain point, so I'll see you shortly. There's not a whole lot to this mountain except a lot of fighting, and occasionally you'll come across a shadowy figure that you're supposed to follow. In a lot of cases it's good to fight just a little bit outside of your comfort zone, because that's when you're really going to get that extra experience and that extra gold. Like, you don't want to go too far out of your comfort zone so that you end up dying. Now's not really a time that you want to be skimpy with the magic. Don't be afraid to use Terra's fire attack. Resist the urge to run from battles, especially this part of the game, because that will not do you any favors. You need the experience in order to grow strong in this game. So here we are. That is actually Vargas, Duncan's son, right ahead, and we're going to talk to him. Who are you? So that was him in the shadows earlier. It's always a good idea to steal from boss battles. I'm not going to hold everything up while I try to steal, but I will give it a noble effort. That's a bad sign right there. That's a really bad sign right there. Annihilated. I lose. So, lesson learned, we're going to take things a little bit more seriously this time. So let's time lapse once again back to where I just was. That was really on me because I did not take my enemy seriously enough, and you should always take your enemy seriously. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to rest up this time first, or heal up I should say. Not taking any chances this time. That name just cracks me up. I Poo. Just full out offensive this time. All my big attacks. Hit him with the Bio Blaster, which is a poison attack, right off the bat. Oh. Okay, now he's out of the picture. We're gonna heal up real quick. I will try to steal from Vargas, because it's always a good idea to steal from bosses in a Final Fantasy game. You tend to get more secret stuff. More rare stuff, I should say. We're just gonna wait on Edgar, and we're gonna heal again with Terra. Okay, so it's a tonic. Now we're going to just let him have it. This shouldn't take very long. Yep, here it is. Enough. Off with you now. I love this scene. I love the way that line is delivered. He appreciated your fine spirit. Mortal attack! Blizzard fist! Yeah! It makes short work of everyone there except Sabin. So here's how this battle's supposed to unfold. You learn the blitz technique, and it's pressing left, right, left, and then A. It tells you, it allows you to pummel, and that ends the battle right there. And for the first time in the whole game, we get to have 4 people on our team. And that's what's cool about this Final Fantasy. Some Final Fantasies you only get to have 3. But you get to have 4 in this one, which is the way it used to always be. After this game, they went to 3 in a team. Bodybuilder. This is when the game starts to really come into its own. After you get 4 fighters for the first time, you get to kind of see the different techniques that each character has and how much variety and diversity there is in the game between the characters. It's just a really cool dynamic that they have going for it. And it's more than just, pressing the A button over and over again. There's really, there's things to think about. But you can also design your adventure. If all you want to do is just hit the A button repeatedly, that's all you really have to do. You don't have to do any of those fancy things. On our way to the Returners Hideout, north and to the east, just slightly. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of grinding in between. I did do just a little bit of grinding before I started the game today. I try to do as much of my grinding off camera as I can, because nobody wants to watch that. And if you don't know what I mean by grinding, that means just, fighting and not really progressing the story, just, putting in the work to level up your character or to get money or whatnot. So we're here to meet Bannon. I just saved it. I'd always wondered if this was supposed to be similar to Pandora's Box, that myth, but sort of a myth based in the reality of this planet that is in this game. So here I'm supposed to talk to the other three people. Locke is in here with me. That's not entirely true. He is so much, you know, he has so much baggage when it comes to females in this game. So there's a few things that can be collected here. I'm going to go up here, make sure I get one of them for sure. It's actually back here. White cake is actually a good relic to have. See, how it ups your defense, and magic blocks, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on her. Probably put True Knight on Locke. It's a relic that actually they will protect weaker party members. They will actually jump in front of the attack. So it also suits Locke's personality in the first place. So here's Sabin. Someone dropped a scrap of paper. I'll choose to leave it there. Can't remember if I can buy weapons here. No, I don't believe I can, so I'll go ahead and get those tonics, maybe a few potions. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and fill up. I'm going to be using them much more frequently here shortly anyway. I believe Edgar is in here. I need to talk to him. Yep. I like how they throw little things like that into the story. Now that I've talked to the other three, I should be able to talk to Bannon out here. Now he's going to ask if I want to join, and I'm going to say no. Multiple times. It might be 3 times I have to. The story progresses in the exact same way either way, but you get a better item if you refuse to join. Yeah, I believe it's 3 times you have to say no. This would happen regardless, but it would just happen under a different circumstance. I believe this would happen during the meeting that they have later. So South Figaro, the town that we were just at, got sieged by the Empire, and they're heading this way. So Locke is actually going to go down to South Figaro and try to sabotage their operation, slow them down. And here's the relic that I get for refusing to come along. The Ginji Glove. Which, in my opinion, is more valuable than the Gauntlet I would have gotten. The Gauntlet allows me to hold one weapon with two hands to increase the power. The Ginji Glove allows me to hold two weapons and thus attack 2 times. It really opens the game up to all kinds of interesting things. So I'm going to go back up here to save. And here's the thing, I was talking about this in the previous episode about moving people to the back row. It's a good idea. In fact, it's almost mandatory to do this with Bannon. Because if he falls, if he gets wounded, it's an automatic game over. So, move him to the back row and save it. That way it's done. Won't have to do it again. So, we're going to go ahead and time-lapse forward again. I think I remember how to do this, but you know, I'd rather just speed through this as opposed to showing you exactly how to do it. There's a point in between the 2 caves that you can choose to go left or go up. If you go up and set your cursor to memory, you can perpetually spin around and get a whole bunch of experience that way. You can actually, you know, if you hold the button down somehow with a rubber band or something, you could, in theory, leave it going all day and all night and just have the game working for you, but some people consider that to be cheating. So here we are. We're about to come across a boss fight. This is the arrangement I have. I set Sabin to fight, Terra to fight, Edgar for crossbow, and I can just, you know, keep going around and around and around with Bannon giving us help, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Here's the boss fight. A little purple octopus named Utros. Let's see if I can't steal. Wait, no, I can't steal. I don't have Locke. Never mind. Yeah, Utros is kind of the comic relief of the game. Doing the fire attack and doing the blitz will trigger special dialogue. Delicious morsel, let me get my bib. So, whoops. That's not good. Trying to bring back Terra, but he keeps knocking her unconscious. Ink will cause you to be blinded. Dang it. I ended up going through all my Phoenix Downs this way. Utros does stuff like that though. He just... Ooh! That was close. That definitely wouldn't... He definitely would not have survived that if he had not been in the back row. He should be getting close to being done by now. There we go. That's the end of the battle, at least as far as we're concerned. This ridiculous music you hear right now is sort of their comic relief music. You know that it's supposed to kind of be funny when they do it, when they do this. I don't know what that means, but I think that's hilarious. And here's where the storyline diverges. We now have 3 parties that we're going to end up following. And here we are. Edgar and Tara race towards Narsh while protecting Bannon. But what about Sabin, who was swallowed by the raging rivers? And how is Locke faring after having penetrated the Empire's defenses in South Figaro? Is all going according to plan? Choose a scenario. Kupo. And, you know, for some reason, here's Mog. We see that he's now level 16. You know, whatever. This is where we're going to stop for today, just because it's such a logical stopping point. And I basically, what I'm going to do next time I start is I'm going to choose one of these 3 parties to select and continue the story with. So until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.